I promised news on DMV today. Our new Commissioner of Public Safety, Sean Tindall, will take us through the details. They will be opening back up on Monday. There will be procedures in place to help them operate safely and efficiently. Let's be honest, they were not the most efficiently run operation in the history of the world before COVID-19. The pent-up demand created by this pandemic is only going to make the existing challenges even worse. We believe that we have a plan in place to make it run as safely and smoothly as possible, but we also know that there is a lot of structural work that we've got to do for a real fix. If you can wait to deal with any issue, please do so. We're taking steps to make it far less necessary for many people to actually have to physically visit the DMV. If you need to renew or duplicate your ID, do not go to the station to do it. In fact, that's not even going to be an option. Do it online. We're extending the expiration date for concealed carry permits automatically through the rest of the year. Road tests for teenagers looking to get their license will be waived. No need to do that. If you've been responsibly using your learner's permit, you will be able to get your license. We're also going to try and organize the crowds by having specific days for different last names. Monday will be last names starting with A through E. Tuesday, last names starting F through L. Wednesday, anybody can come. Walk-in Wednesday is what we're going to call it. Thursday will be M through S, and Friday will be with those last names that begin T through Z. We believe and we hope that that will cut down on wait times. And we also hope that crowding, if we don't do this, then the crowding could contribute to spreading COVID-19. At this time, I'm going to turn it over to Commissioner Tindall, who's going to offer even more details. Commissioner, thank you for your work on this.
Thank you, Governor. As the Governor mentioned, obviously this is a big day for most Mississippians. As soon as his nomination of me was announced, I started receiving text and email, when is the Department of Driver's License Services going to be open? So in order to accommodate that and get us open in a manner in which doesn't create additional chaos and long lines and contribute to the spread of COVID, we came up with these procedures which we feel like will help move things along accordingly. First and foremost, I want to emphasize that we will be operating with strict adherence to the recommended social distancing guidelines. We have plans and procedures in place for the operations of the Driver's License Services bureaus and stations, as well as nightly cleaning so that the next day when people come back, the facilities will be cleaned. To start with, I will list the services that will be available at all permanent driver's license stations. You'll be able to get your CDL transactions done there. Your out-of-state transfers will be done there. New credentials, new identification and card credentials. You will be able to get your security guard permits. That will be on Wednesday only. The reason being that it requires fingerprints and it requires an MBI agent to be present in order to facilitate the fingerprints. Sexual offender registration will be done at the driver's license stations. Learner's permits will be done there. When a student comes to get the learner's permit, they will have to take the written test at the driver's license station. We will be doing reinstatements of driver's license. If you had a driver's license that's been suspended or it cannot be renewed because it's been more than 18 months since it expired, you will be able to get your license reinstated or reissued a new license at that time. Non-U.S. citizens that are needing driver's licenses will be able to do that at the driver's license stations. And lastly, ignition interlock restricted licenses will also be issued there. As the Governor mentioned, you will be able to renew your driver's license, get a duplicate driver's license, or an ID card, renewal of or duplicate of an ID card, and address changes online. It's imperative that if you can utilize the online services, that is what you do. If we have, that represents 80% of the foot traffic that we had at the driver's license services stations. And if we can take that out, it'll help everybody move through the process much quicker. And the great news is we've seen a lot of additional traffic, people renewing online. When you renew your license online, it's for 8 years. So theoretically, you can get it done and not have to come through the driver's license service station again for 16 years total. So we want people to utilize that. As the governor mentioned, we will separate the days, and certain days will have the first letter of your last name is when you will need to come to the station. Once that is done, and we'll see how it spreads out, if the numbers start dropping down, we'll probably lift that. There's no timeline on that. We will have a thing called Walk-In Wednesday, which means anybody can show up on that day. Some people have jobs. They might not be able to come on Monday. They might not be able to come on Thursday. We needed a day in which anybody could show up. As the governor mentioned, we will be waiving the road test for those that are getting their driver's license. In particular, those that are under the age of 18 years old, which would normally mean that they had a learner's permit during that time, instead will supply us with an affidavit from their parent or guardian certifying that they have operated the vehicle under the supervision of their parent or guardian for at least 50 hours. And with that affidavit, you will be issued your driver's license if you're under the age of 18. And I would encourage those that have any questions or need to know what documentation they need to bring to go to the DPS website, which is www.dps.mississippi.gov, and they can go to the Driver Services Bureau link for additional details.